Brian Windhorst joins us now. And, Brian, if you're Boston and you miss your first dozen threes and you come out in the third, right, the quarter where typically Golden State goes nuts, and you build a lead on a night where Steph doesn't make a three, and you got to get on the plane and fly home, how much of an opportunity do you feel like you've missed?
They got to be sick. They got to be absolutely sick that they didn't win either of these last two games. And that's not to take anything away from the Warriors. But if I would have come out and told you before this game that for the first time in 233 games, Steph Curry was not going to make a three. If I told you Jason Tatum was going to have his best shooting game of the series by a good margin. If I had told you Marcus Smart was going to score 20 points, because they almost always win when he scores 20 points. If I had told you that the Warriors were going to go 9 of 40 from three in this building, how could you even think that you would even have a close game? You thought you'd win it going away. And this has been the nature of the Celtics. They just make everything so hard on themselves. And I just covered them for the last 6 weeks, and I saw them go through 2 7-game series. So it won't surprise me if it happens again. But they should be playing a closeout game on Thursday in Boston. They could have closed out today. Steph was great in Game 4, so I won't take anything away from him. But really, the Warriors got to be just so elated that they came out with a win. And look, they played with the requisite focus and energy for a Game 5 2-2 in the finals. The Celtics did not. I mean, they earned it. But man, the Celtics let this one go. What a missed opportunity for them.
Yeah, but I can recall you and I having a very similar conversation in the Milwaukee series, and they flipped the script, right? Because they had to go win in a Game 6 and then come home and do it in Game 7. They were able to do that, and that's why they find themselves here now. We don't often this time of year, Brian, when you and I chat, talk sort of organizational might and roster construction and how maybe the way an organization goes about things is on display. But you feel that that's a topic that we should probe tonight. In what way?
That was what I was thinking about tonight, because Andrew Wiggins, he's not an underdog. He makes $32 million. While the Warriors were down these last couple of years, winning no games, they kept spending money because they've got it. They re-signed Draymond Green. They re-signed Steph Curry. They re-signed Kevon Looney. They kept Andrew Wiggins. And boy, did it show up tonight. Andrew Wiggins, with the supreme moment in his career, he was a throw-in a trade. Other teams would have totally gotten rid of him. They stuck with him. They have a $340 million payroll when you consider taxes. You don't just have to beat the Warriors on the court. You got to beat their checkbook. And nothing away from Andrew Wiggins tonight, but this was a checkbook win for the Warriors.
I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked Malika, just because you've been in the building, you've watched this team all season long, and Boston with a very, very keen eye in these playoffs. You think this series makes it back for a 7th game? Yep.
I'm telling all of our camera crew here, you better clear your weekend. That's the nature of this series. And that's what I expect. And I can't. This series is completely unpredictable, so I won't sit here and tell you how it's going to go down on Thursday. But my hotel reservations are being held.
Outstanding. I feel like ESPN Travel is getting a lot of big plugs tonight. We appreciate all they do for us to get us from A to B. Even though some of us stayed in Tulsa for 3 weeks, it's no big deal. Brian, we love you. Be well. Travel safe.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.